Hello, Manny Cockaflopoulos here with another set of Greekisms. The Dirty Dozen, or the Holy fucking 12 Apostles, whichever way you want to go. I think we're going to tap into both darkness and light with today's Greekisms. It's fucking perfect weather out there, and I'm fucking indoors making a video for you people. Fucking hell. But as they say, you gotta give the people what they want. So I'm giving you what you want. Another set of fucking Greekisms. But these ones are a little different. In what way, you ask? Well, I'm gonna fucking tell you, relax. Today's set of Greekisms are non-verbal. I've done a few of those in the past, but the difference with today's ones is they're centered around the hand. The right hand, to be specific. Because if you do these with your left hand, even if you are left-handed, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but between me and you might want to get that looked at. But before we begin, let's do the fucking intro there. Also, to relax, I just want to say a shout out to the fellow who came up and said hello at the Gunnies last night. You're welcome there. You're rocking that fucking beard. You're like a cross between an Archiepiscopo and Ned Kelly there. Like, yeah. And the other fellow who said hi from inside through the window, we didn't get to speak with words there, but you gave me a few nods, I gave you a nod back, and it was all said and done and communicated, and I felt your vibes. And I'm pretty sure you felt this too. What else? So as I said, today's Greekisms are non-verbal. They have to do with the hand, specifically the right hand, and they require, as I've said in the past, economy of movement. These are designed for minimum animation there. They're supposed to be done casually. You don't fucking raise eyebrows and smile and all that sort of shit when you do these fucking movements there. Alright, let's begin. Now you're sitting there waiting and you're asking yourself, what's going on there? Exactly. What's going on? I communicated that to you with words so you understand what the fuck it means when you do it without words. So let's go again. See that? Sit there. What are you doing? What's going on? Like a little pointing gun, tsack tsack. The back of the hand, you gotta keep it a little bit casual. You gotta keep it a little bit loose. Not like this. Who the fuck are you there, Dirty Harry? Relax. You can communicate that from across a fucking stadium, bro. You're caught in lower section, you're looking around to find your mate, you finally see him and you go, what's going on? Now, if you've been paying attention, I've given you some responses to these fucking questions there, depending on how you're feeling. So you catch a gnosto, someone that you know, across the cafe, you lock eyes, he looks at you and he goes, and what do you say, depending on how you're feeling? Remember that, ask her. I might come over to the table later and tell you my problems, but for now, let's not even go there. The next one is a little bit risque, but it can convey more than the obvious. See this middle finger here? Turn it sideways, like that. Now for you non-Greeks, you might have even gotten a bit of a vibe from that one. You might have felt, ooh, there's something not nice about that one. You're right. It means fucking rooting. So when would you use that? Me personally, for the obvious reason, I wouldn't use that. If you're a mugger, you don't need to use that. Someone asks you, how did the day go the other night? You go, nice. Optimum level of opaqueness in that response there. But the way you can use it, go, your team got dicked. That's the way that I would use it. If you want to have optimum magia, you would use that one sparingly. Certainly not in front of your folks, unless you want to cop Christopanagiyas. We've been down that road. But speaking of the religious, here's where it gets interesting. You switch fingers, all of a sudden you're a priest. I bless you, my child. How does that fucking work? It's a little too close for comfort for me there. They should be completely separate gestures, completely different hands, completely different fucking body parts there. There's only a finger's difference there between heaven and hell. Or for some of you, it might be heaven and heaven. That might be how you roll. I don't kiss and tell. So let's just recap that one briefly before we get fucking struck down by lightning. You're blessing someone, telling someone to get fucked. So we've made our way down the hand. Now we're going to use the whole hand. Your mate Steve rocks up with a 1970 chocolate brown XY with a C10 auto. The thing is fucking idling in front of you and your mates and it fucking sounds crisp there, blowing zero smoke. Not like Mr. Cracker Fats' little fucking Beamer. Relax there, you'll get it fixed. Just put some fucking stop leak in there. Run it for about 400 k's up to fucking Castlemaine and back there. You'll be fine. Stop crying. Relax. It's a bit of an inside joke between me and him, so don't tell anyone. Anyway, so the thing's fucking idling in front of you. You say to Steve, you go to him, I like how much you picked that up for. He gets 10 grand. You got 10 grand, that thing's worth 80. How'd you swing that? What does that mean? Could mean something dodgy. Could mean he got a good deal. Could mean, I'm not willing to tell you just yet. But that also means cash, GST, Greek services tax. The thing is with that, you flip it underneath, it means come here. You catch someone across the room and you go like this. I want to talk to you. It don't go like this. That's when you're helping your mate back up the car. Very simple there. And it asks of you the most important thing. Economy of movement. I know the Italians get credited for talking a lot with their hands. Ma che succede? But the nuances in Greek body language convey fucking paragraphs. Sometimes you don't need fucking words. But when you're Cockaflopoulos, καλά. You gotta have it all. Γιατί κάποιος πρέπει να τα διδάσκει. Someone needs to teach it. Hey, did I finish your smoke? Get back to work. I'll see you all soon. People have been asking about public appearances. Fuck. What are you gonna do? Do you want to come up and say hi? Καλά. I'm gonna ask Mr. Cockaflopoulos to organise it. He's a bit of an organiser, that bloke. Fancies himself as a producer. Cigare. Likes to drive around in his little Beamer with a sunroof and the Love Hut exhaust. He claims he didn't see the Love Hut exhaust when he bought it.